This is the game I'm most nervous about, oddly enough, even though it's not my team. I don't have a bet on it. I'm going to go Packers by 6, but, man, you realize that if the Rams win, Brandon, Tampa, theoretically, could just be home the rest of the way? Home conference championship game, home Super Bowl. Like, it's an interesting angle to this game if the Rams win, but I got Packers by 6.
Let's go. So yesterday I flipped, Wilds. You convinced me. You convinced me. You and Greg Jennings convinced me that the Rams are the real deal. So I flipped, but I'm flipping back. I can't do it. The football in me wants to go with the Rams, but it's Aaron Rodgers. It's Aaron Rodgers. I can't go against Aaron Rodgers, so I'm gonna go with the Packers by 6.
No take integrity.
Flipping. No take integrity. It's all over.
Brandon, is Aaron Rodgers light years better than Russell Wilson? Is he so much better than Russell Wilson that they don't belong in the same category?
Different styles. Can't say that. What you like?
Different styles.
What you like?
Sure, different
styles.
Totally neutralized. Is DK Metcalf in the same universe as Devontae Adams? Yup. Totally neutralized.
Give your pick,
Rams
Wilds.
win.
We're doing this segment later.
14, what?
Rams, he did.
We're doing Rams Packers later.
Carpe diem. Some people got things to do. I got to give it to them straight. 21-14 Rams.
Download the free Fox Super 6 app. Correctly predict 6 outcomes for each NFC game this weekend, and you can be a big money winner. All right, we're moving on to a little. But first, on this Friday morning. You're going to have nothing for later, buddy. Brandon, a day later, you got more thoughts on the Harden trade.
Big trade yesterday. My pick. Let's go, Brooklyn. James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets. But when you see these big trades, you forget about the little guys. You forget about the role players. Joseph Tsai, owner of the Brooklyn Nets, tweeted out his love letters to those 4 guys, and it was awesome. I was traded 3 times. I got a handshake walking out the building, but I never got a tweet from the owners. Mr. McCaskey didn't tweet me. Nobody tweeted me. So look, great job, Joseph. Keep doing this and leading the way. This is how you do it, owners.
Brandon never forgets about the little guys. That's why he always has children's Brooklyn Nets jerseys that he wears around. Sean Payton. Brilliant move by Sean Payton. How are you going to manage the pandemic with a limited amount of spots on your squad? Here's from Pro Football Talk. Sean Payton found a wrinkle in the system. We throw up the quote. Hey, on Wednesday, Sean Payton explained to the team, hey, signed kicker Blair Walsh, long snapper John Denny to the practice squad just in case the team's official kicker and long snapper become unavailable due to the pandemic. Seems smart. Well, then what happens? Grand opening, grand closing. So naturally, Saints released Walsh and Denny from the practice squad on Wednesday. They put some receivers back on the practice squad. Those guys are out. Then on Thursday, guess what, guys? Come in for a tryout. So it's just, they're on the squad. Their tryout is actually practice. It is the most genius thing I've ever seen. Sean Payton, I'll be honest with you. This gives me more confidence. Well, let me think.
He's so smart.
Coming out of my mouth, I might change it. I actually might have less confidence. If you're thinking about changing the take midstream, Nick, now I've got less confidence against the Bucks. Because if you're putting this much thought into the machinations of the practice squad, you got to worry about Mike Evans over there. You got to worry about Gronk. So you know what? I came into this segment thinking it's a great idea. I'm leaving the segment thinking it's a bad idea.
Everybody's flip-flopping this morning.
That happens.
Hey, guys, if you know me, you know I am so honest with you about everything, even my own expense. I'll tell you why we're showing Spurs Rockets in a second. But my first big job was in Philadelphia. I was wet behind the ears. I was a young reporter. My very first assignment was to interview the owner of the Philadelphia Flyers, Ed Snyder. I was terrified. My cameraman, Will Kenworthy, said as he's setting up the camera, it's a one-on-one, he says, just be yourself. He'll see right through you if you're not yourself. Don't be intimidated. You can't be intimidated. Don't show your intimidation. I sit down. I look right at Ed Snyder, who was like 75, 80 years old. I was so nervous. Look back at Will. He goes, be yourself. I look at Ed and I go, swear to God. Did you see Friends last night? That was the first thing that came out of my mouth. Yeah. Did you see Friends last night? But listen, I understand what happened to Grant Hill last night while he was interviewing another intimidating guy, Greg Popovich, maybe one of the most intimidating head coaches in the NBA. Take a listen to what happened to him.
But I just want to know for my dinner later tonight, what compliments a steak best, a Cabernet or a Syrah?
Do you get to go to dinner?
Grant Hill pulling a Jenna Wolf, middle of the game. His team's still playing. They're in it. What happens? What do you pair with your steak? I get it, Grant Hill. Happened to you, happened to me, buddy. We're all the same in this. It gets a little intimidating. I love it. I loved it so much.
Help him out. Help him out.
Go ahead, Nick.
All right, I'm conflicted here. So, if folks know, I have a bet with Colin Cowherd. If the Bills make the AFC Championship game, I get the Pinto Ron treatment, and we can show you what that looks like. But here's the problem. I have weighing on one shoulder, I have my loyalty to the Chiefs. And I think the Ravens are actually a far tougher opponent than the Bills. So what's good for the Chiefs is a Bills win. But what's good for my dignity is a Ravens win. So I don't know who I'm rooting for this weekend. I think my loyalty to the Chiefs might be so much so that I am rooting for the Buffalo Bills, which will therefore mean I'm rooting for this to happen to me, which will therefore mean maybe I have some deep-seated psychological issues that I actually want this to happen to me that involves some type of therapy that I'm not prepared to go to. So Wilds thinks I should have bowed out of this bet. I don't bow out of bets. And Jen, I think we're going to talk about this game right here. And I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted, Jenna Wolf. That's the fact.
Nick,
Nick,
can I buy you out of the bet? Can I buy you out of the bet? How much money? Just ask.
No, I don't.
Ask him how much.
He's going to say no.
Let me buy you out of this bet.
Because he secretly wants this done to him. That is my take. My take is he secretly wants this done.
No, I don't want to see this.
But also put it all over Twitter so the whole world can see. Well, let's stick with that game and actually talk about things that matter to everyone now. Bills hosting the Ravens. There's a chance of snow in the forecast tomorrow night. Advantage Bills. If this turns into a defensive matchup, advantage Ravens. Then there's the quarterback matchup, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. You see now why Nick is so conflicted. Brandon, so many ways to go here. I'll start with an easy one. Who wins the game?
Yeah, Bills. This is easy, right? I mean, it's going to be a tough game, but this is an easy pick for me. I've been talking about this team all year. I've also been talking about this is the only team that can challenge the Chiefs. Nick, you better call your boy and tell him, let B. Marshall, okay, buy me out. I got you, buddy. I know you got bank. I know you're doing great with all your picks this year and your bets, but I don't want to see this happening. Okay, I don't want to see ketchup and mustard just dripping down your face. Come on, no, let's not do that. This kid is so special. I need to read these stats, right? Because you go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear the stats because then I'll give my analysis. I want to hear the stats, please. You go, Brandon.
Well, because I know. Hopefully, I know where you're going with your analysis because you've been talking about Josh Allen all year and how inconsistent he is. So I kind of want to debunk that. I'm gonna read these notes right now. He's 7-1 versus a top 10 scoring defense with 112 passer rating. Okay, so this inconsistency that you're talking about, I just don't understand it. He's 6-1 versus a top 10 passing defense with 104 passer rating. This kid is going to be the reason why they win this game. We know about Brian Daboll and how creative he is. We know about Stephon Diggs. That defense, they're good enough to slow those guys down. But I'm trying to tell you, Nick, you got to take this Josh Allen serious. Forget the mustard and the ketchup. You need to be prepared to come in here next week and apologize to Bills Mafia for all of your scrutiny and all of the things that you said this year about their team and Josh Allen.
And so I understand that is on the board along with what Wilds thinks could end my television career, which is the embarrassment of getting Pinto Rond. Here's why I don't think it'll happen. I think, and I believe that Brandon, we actually might agree on a lot of these points. The Bills have a good coach. I think the Ravens have an excellent coach and certainly the more experienced coach. The Bills very